Hey beautifuls, so welcome back to my channel. So as usual, I'm going to show you a little bit my skincare for this look, and I started with my MAC Strobe Cream. This is the one I'm using for this look is the MAC Strobe Original. And now I'm spraying my face with my Amore Pacific Skin Hydration Mist, and also applied my Caudalie Anti-Aging Anti-Wrinkle Eye Cream as well. For my brows, I'm using this new product which I used in my previous video as well. It's Wet n Wild brow powder along with my Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil. So I've just shaped my brow with my pencil and just filled everything with the powder. It just gives a bit more natural look on your brows. To highlight my brow bone, I'm using my Maybelline Better Than Skin concealer, and this one is in shade light, which is number 20, and I'm going to blend that with my Morphe blending brush. This brush is a part of a 5 contour brush set, sorry. And for my eye base, as usual, I'm using my MAC Cosmetics paint pot in shade soft ochre, and I'm applying that with my Sigma 3D precision brush. And to set the eye base in place, I'm using my Kat Von D translucent setting powder, and I'm applying that with my Morphe E22 brush. And for this look, I'm using Natasha Denona brown and green eyeshadow palette, and I picked up the first shade, which is a cream color, and it's a shade number 215, and it's actually called Cream, and I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone. Now I'm going to cut my crease, and I picked up the shade Arizona, which is 88V from the palette, and I'm using a Zoeva wing liner brush. You can use any wing liner brush, it doesn't have to be Zoeva. As long as it's a wing liner brush, it helps to cut the crease more easily, and you have more control when you making the crease. And for this particular look, I actually draw the crease line just above my natural crease. So when I see straight, I can still see the definition. If I use my own natural crease to cut it, sometimes it just went into my eyes and you can't really see it properly, if you know what I mean, because my lid is a little bit droopy. And I picked up the shade Sandstone from the eyeshadow palette, and I'm just using that to buff out the crease, but I'm still making sure I still have a proper definition. So I'm adding a little bit more Arizona just closer to the crease line. Now I'm just taking a little bit of a paint pot from MAC, and I'm making sure the crease is all nice and clean. There is, because when you're cutting the crease and everything, sometimes there's a little mess or the shade goes everywhere. So this particular technique helps to create that fine definition, like fine clean lines. And I've just set my eye again with my translucent setting powder to apply on the outer part of my V. Well, most of my lid, I use the shade 31M, which is Cool Bronze. It's this really pretty shade. It does have a really nice maroonish red reflexes, which makes it like when you put the it probably look really coppery on the video, but in reality it had such a nice reflexes, the red reflexes. It was like a 3D effect kind of thing. So in sunlight, it's just like another tone. And in the inner corner of my eye, not inner corner, but inner part of my eye, I'm using the cream shade again from the palette, because I wanted my eyes to look really open and big. That's why I went for a light shade in the inner corner as well. And for my liner, I've used my favorite, you guys probably know by now, I love my Guerlain liquid liner. If I'm going for a look something like this, which has more drama and dramatic and I'm gonna wear my Indian outfit, or it's a party look, I always like to go with Guerlain because it has a satin finish. But sometime I love using Maybelline as well, that has a matte finish. But it goes really nicely with everyday or with the cool tone eyes or something. And now to add a sparkle, I'm using my Urban Decay Cosmetic Metal Eyeliner. This is in shade Midnight Cowboy. This is one of their most popular shade. I think a lot of artists use this just to add the sparkle and that glitter in the eye instead of using the glitter. And I've also applied that little bit just in the middle of my lid, so it has like so my middle of my lid has more sparkle than rest of my eye. For my mascara, I'm using L'Oreal Butterfly mascara. This has been one of my favorites for a very long time. I just started using this again. For my primer, I'm using Becca Cosmetics Backlight Flashlight Primer, and I'm going to do a little bit of a color correcting, and for that I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal sticks. The first one is in shade Orange, which helps to neutral or cancel all the dark circles and any pigmentations on your face or any dark spots, hence the reason I'm applying this around my mouth and under my eyes. And the green shade is to cancel all the redness, which I'm having a lot around my nose, and for some reason my face is really covered with acne right now. I don't know what's going on, but I had to cover it for this look. And now I'm going to blend everything with my Zoeva buffing brush. This is really nice brush, especially to buff out your color correcting. I did wipe my brush a few times in between the buffing, so there is no extra product or more product on my face. For my foundation, I'm using my Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer, and this is in shade Neutral, because I wanted full coverage, hence the reason I went for this. But if you're not full coverage girl, you probably would like to do Giorgio Armani one. That's a really nice one, the Silk Luminous foundation. Now I'm just blending all my foundation with my beauty blender, and again I just had a little bit too much foundation on my face, so I wiped my beauty blender in between the blending, so I'll just took off all the excess product I have on my beauty blender. To cover for my under eye highlight, I've used my NARS Cosmetics Creamy Concealer in shade Macadamia, and I'm going to just apply that under my eyes, and I'm going to blend that with my beauty blender. I don't know what I was talking over here, but there was something really important we're discussing. So I'm going to blend the first highlighter, the first concealer on my the NARS one with beauty blender, and now I'm applying the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape. This is in shade Light Sand. I'm applying this on all the areas where I want my face to be really brightened up, like mostly my T-zone and a little bit on my cheeks. And for my contour, I went with my Laura Mercier contour palette, and I picked up the shade 1 and 2 and mixed those two together, and I'm just applying that on all the area where I want to be contoured, which usually is my jawline, of course my cheeks, for my temple of my forehead and my nose. And now I'm going to blend all this art using my beauty blender to blend all my concealer first. And now I'm going to use the dual fiber brush from, I believe the one I use for this particular look is from Morphe, which is exactly same as MAC Cosmetics 132. So this is a dual fiber brush from Morphe, and I'm just using that to blend all my contour. To set my under eye area, I've used my MAC Studio Fix powder in shade NC40, and I'm using I think this is Morphe brush as well. I have to check the number, but I will write down in the description box. And to set rest of my face, I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. To set my contour, I'm using Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette, and I mixed up all 3 shades to just make my shade kind of thing, and I'm just setting all the area where I contoured. And for my blush, you can say blush bronzer, I use my Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer, and this is in shade Light. This is a really nice bronzer because it does both jobs together, the blush and the bronzing, so it still give you a really nice warmth, but because of the pink tones, it gives you a really nice blush effect as well. Now I'm just applying my wet Anastasia brush all over my face before I put my powder highlight, and I used my skin hydration mist to wet my brush. And for the highlight, I'm using Dose of Colors highlighter in shade FUEGO. This is in a collaboration with Daisy and Katie. So this is one of their highlighters. I have both, but I'm a huge fan of FUEGO. And I'm applying that on top of my cheeks, so all the high points of my face, my cupid bow, my nose, my chin, and I always like to highlight just above my brow arch, like a very tiny amount, not huge but very tiny amount. I like to do it above my arch as well. For my lower lash line, I just picked up the shade Arizona from the palette, and I've applied that with my Sigma tight line brush, and now I'm buffing that out with my pencil brush. And for my waterline, I've used Maybelline Master Drama Gel Eyeliner Pencil and in shade Blackest Black, and I'm also buffing that a little bit on the outer part of my eye, so it has a more smoky lower lash line. For inner corner, I've used FUEGO to highlight, and for the bottom lashes, I'm using again my L'Oreal mascara. For my brows, I'm using Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to set my brows. You can use whatever you like or whatever you're currently using. It doesn't have to be Anastasia Clear Gel. For my lip liner, I'm using MAC Cosmetics lip liner in shade WHIRL. This is one of my favorite lip liners or favorite shade from MAC. And for lipstick, I'm using Dose of Colors lipstick in shade Toast. This is such a perfect nude for my particular skin tone and the way the kind of nude I like. This is one of my favorites, and the formula is so creamy, it literally feels like you have a lot of lip balm on your lips. And to set everything in place, I've used my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix spray, and I'm just highlighting my cupid bow a little bit more. So, and I'm creating an inner corner wing with my Kat Von D tattoo liner. Hope you guys like this look. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and if you like this video, don't forget to give me thumbs up. See ya.